Aloha, everyone. Thank you for the gift of your time in joining us today. Governor Josh Green will be signing a bill inspired by the Hawaii Water Safety Plan and Charlotte Sharkey Schaefer's to improve the safety of retention and detention ponds statewide. The new law requires counties to regulate these ponds, conduct safety surveys, and establish a monitoring program addressing critical gaps in water safety and helping to prevent further tragedies. Facilitated questions and answers with media will follow promptly after remarks conclude, and the formal bill signing will commence shortly thereafter. Without further ado, it is my honor to introduce Governor Josh Green.
Aloha. Aloha, guys. Aloha. So this is a proud day to come together to do something important. We're focused today in honor of Sharkey, of the work that her mom has done, who is dear to us. And so we thank the legislature for partnering with dear members of the community, with advocates, with people that fight for them. Earlier this year, the Hawaii Water Safety Coalition released its first safety plan. And here is the safety plan. And I would hope everyone would take the time to look at this. It's extraordinary work. If people read this and take it to heart, lives will be saved. I think it's very safe to say that. It also serves as a special guideline for what should come next. And Allison and I, with our good rep from Kona, we're able to also share about what does come next and how this is, in many ways, the beginning. It's important, but it's the beginning in a process to make things much safer for our keiki. The roadmap is necessary because too many of our children drown. Let's go to the first slide. And here you can see why we're here today. The Senate Bill 1221 establishes safeguards for the retention and detention ponds. And drowning is our #1 cause of death for our keiki, ages 1 to 15. It is a tragedy that we can prevent. That's why the legislature took this up with passion. Also, the advocacy was necessary to pass the bill because Allison lost her baby. And sometimes it takes a mom to do this. It's not just the ponds, it's a lack of awareness that's out there. It's too few kids getting the actual ability to swim, the training, the structures have to be improved. And it is not even equitable what happens. It's much more common that local kids die also at higher rates. It's probably a reflection of the disparities we see across all of the healthcare conditions. More poverty, less access to swimming, less access to pools, less training, and then more risk. Okay, so that's what this bill is about. It requires more maintenance and monitoring. It establishes permitting regulations for new constructions, requires fencing and signage, just some basic things, which will save other children, other 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds and 10-year-olds. So I'm grateful to you guys at the legislative level for making this happen. Let's go to one more slide, I think. Okay, I guess it's just mahalo for great work for people. This is going to save lives, and we're going to hear from the stars that pushed the bill and that pushed us to get this bill passed. So again, this is in honor of Sharkey today. Aloha.
Mahalo, Governor. Next, I'd like to introduce Representative Jeannie Capella, Chair of the House Committee on Culture and Arts.
Aloha, everyone. My name is Janae Capella, and today I'm incredibly proud to witness our governor sign SB 1221 into law. This measure is a critical step in protecting our communities from the hidden dangers posed by stormwater retention and detention ponds. Legislation like this is something that will allow us to ensure that the counties will no longer be able to permit these ponds unless they meet strict safety standards. It establishes a statewide inspection program within the Department of Health and includes a full survey of where these ponds are located. We dedicate this bill to the memory of young Charlotte Sharkey Schaefers, a courageous 5-year-old who gave her life to save another in one of these very ponds. The need for action has never been clearer. As our governor said, Hawaii's resident drowning rate is the second highest in the nation, and drowning remains the leading cause of death for children ages 1 to 15. And yet, alarmingly, less than 2% of our second graders possess basic water safety skills and self-rescue skills. The honor of this day, though, would not be possible without the grief-driven advocacy of families and parents, of bereaved families and parents. As a mom, I just want to say thank you to the moms and dads and families who have endured unimaginable loss. To you, we owe everything. To you, we owe our deepest mahalo. Your courage to turn pain into medicine for our state through championing legislation like this. It's the legacy of your children, and it's the hope that you've sparked change with. SB 1221 aligns seamlessly with Hawaii's water safety plan, as Governor said, and together with enhanced engineering standards, vigilant inspections, water safety education, community engagement, and all of you and your hope and strength, we can fulfill our promise to protect Hawaii's keiki and every member of our community when they engage with water, whether it's in the ocean, in a stream, or a pond near their home. With the passage of Sharkey's Law, this is an incredibly hopeful day. It's a day when compassion and science and determination and strength converge to make Hawaii a safer place. So mahalo to everyone who has helped shape this legislation. From our initial meetings with the Hawaii Water Safety Coalition members and Majority Leader Sean Quinlan, to Chair Hashem in the House and Senator Wakai and the other legislators that have helped shape this legislation and move it forward, but most especially to Allison and the incredible families whose advocacy has made all of the difference. This bill gives us some of the necessary tools to help continue to build a future for Hawaii that is free from the dread of preventable drowning. So thank you to you all, and thank you to Governor for signing. Mahalo.
Mahalo, Representative Janae Capella. Up next, please welcome advocate, mother, and lead writer of the Hawaii Water Safety Plan, Allison Schaefers.
Sharkey's bill is finally Sharkey's law. A big thank you to Governor Green and the Hawaii lawmakers across the chambers for their support. I want to thank the Hawaii Water Safety Coalition and our umbrella organization, the Hawaiian Lifeguard Association. I also want to thank my husband, Nick Dubofsky, and all other family, friends, and community members who champion this cause. Above all, I would like to thank my daughter, 5-year-old Charlotte Sharkey Schaefers, who inspired this law by her active heroism. I'm going to speak to her as if she were here because I believe that her spirit endures. Sharkey, I am so honored and proud to be your mommy. You stood on the banks of an improperly flooded detention pond and you saw your little 3-year-old friend struggling. You jumped in to save him, and you used all of your strength to push him out of the water and into the hands of the much older children who are on the banks of that death pit. As your parent that day, I was devastated. I couldn't protect you because I didn't know that this water hazard was even in our neighborhood. There wasn't any signing or fencing or even a life buoy, which would have been crucial to help you, aid you in rescuing your friend. There wasn't any maintenance oversight to ensure that the drainage in the pond was working, and in this case, the developers of our community knew it was 89% clogged and chose not to fix it. While advocating for this bill, I learned that Hawaii is building many stormwater retention and detention ponds, and that climate change is expected to increase the count. Well, these ponds are meant to serve as part of an effective stormwater management program. They can turn into hidden hazards if they are not properly maintained with an eye toward safety. Sharky, your friend is a young man today because of your courage, your giving spirit, and your love. Your community is safer too, but you are gone and deeply, deeply missed. When a parent loses a child, they lose their future because every new milestone represents a fresh loss. I didn't get to see you graduate high school or college or embark on a career or a life with someone that you love. You will never be able to have my grandchildren. Your legacy has been confined to memories until today. Sharky's Law is the first milestone since you died that has brought me immeasurable joy. This act, inspired by your heartfelt courage, is going to save lives in our state. Hawaii's children, for whom drowning is now the leading cause of death, deserve the protections that Sharky's Law affords. I wish that these requirements had been implemented in time to protect you, but I accept that your legacy was to save lives, and mine is to ensure that you did not die in vain by using your story to motivate all of us in the water safety community to work together to stop preventable drownings. Because of you, we all know that if a 5-year-old can be a hero, we can all be heroes. And we too will champion water safety and drowning prevention to our dying breaths. It's my hope that Hawaii will become the model for a national detention and retention pond safety program. Getting there is not going to be easy, but gosh, look how far we've come. Last year, I was right here in this office talking about the need to write a Hawaii water safety plan. In February, we became the second state in the nation to deliver one. Sharky, your courage has always given me wings. There's a marker at the site where you died that was put there by our community. It says, "Friends are the angels that lift us up when our wings have forgotten how to fly." So fly high, baby girl, and rest easy. We'll take the life-saving from here. Sharky's Law is part of the legacy-level generational change that is needed to reduce Hawaii's tragically high drowning rate. Together and in your honor, we will make a difference. Mahalo nui loa, everybody. I love you so much.
I'm Rick Freed. I was honored to represent Allison in this situation. There were 5 different defendants, the government and Hunt Construction, along with the engineers and architects. We took a number of depositions. And like in many of these cases, like the recent Plavix settlement, we find things when we dig. And we found a year before her untimely and totally unnecessary death an email sent by a Navy housing supervisor to an official of Hunt and Navy housing officials, which said the subject line referred to the Pearl City Peninsula Great Lakes. And this wasn't there the day before, as Allison said. It happened overnight during a rain. And they listed a number of money-making business opportunities for the pond, including rental boat rides, scuba classes, and water skiing. However, in that email, they finally did get serious and said something must be done. And they'd known about this for at least 3 years. And so hopefully when that email came out, there was no way the case wasn't going to resolve. There was an enormous amount of finger pointing back and forth. But it was a real honor to represent you as term chair and getting to know you really well. Thanks, Allison.
Could our water safety guests come up behind? Would that be okay? Of
course,
My
yeah.
husband too? Come on up. Come on in, everybody. Don't be shy.
Legislators, community advocates.
Yes,
We can
everybody,
break them up into
everybody.
separate photos also.
I wanted everybody to come up here because nothing can happen when you're working alone. It really takes a community. And everybody here has something to contribute and brought about this day. So, including, our precious Sharky.
So, yes, it couldn't be said better than what Allison shared. And so, in honor of Sharky, together, we make the state safer for the future, for all children. And I would just say this is the beginning because there's a lot of advocacy already this afoot to fund programs going forward, to make sure that we have resources at the Department of Education so that all of our kids can learn to swim, that we can be safer. And so everyone remember this moment when we come back year after year to continue the process to make things better.
Thank you so much, Governor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That now concludes this live stream. Mahalo.
We're going to take a couple more posed photos, everyone.